So a quick comparison between a couple of differences between the SR and the normal TT-02. First thing I want to talk about is the steering. This steering uses the standard 3 plastic links that you get in this normal kit. Differences are these sit on bushes that are bolted through the chassis, and then obviously beyond those you've got adjustable links out to the wheels and back to the servo. Servo saver comes with a heavy duty model, which is, I wouldn't say it was particularly fantastic, but it's a significant step up from the standard item. It's not bad, but again I think there's still probably room for improvement on that. What I'm going to say though, there's a bit more lock here than you get with the standard model. If we go back to the standard TT-02, that's at full lock now that way, and I don't know if I can get this on the video. The limit of this lock is that the drive shaft's actually touching now the inside of the drive cup for the standard drive shafts, whereas these have got these super fancy double carbon blah blahs, whatever these are. There's a lot more room for lock, so now the steering limits of what you can actually move internally inside the car chassis. So that's an upgrade for sure. Just a comparison, these are Barry Sheen's upgraded steering parts, and these have like no play, no movement in. Again, they're bolted through the chassis on proper bushes, and these are probably done a little bit better because these still have a little bit of play in. Again, nothing like the standard kit. Moving on to the front suspension. Obviously this is entirely different now, so the wishbones are completely different. The whole layout's changed dramatically. So you've got very, very stiff wishbones, and the wishbones now run all the way into the wheels where they pivot, where the standard cars are effectively much shorter, where it pivots from way outside the wheel itself. So they're pivoting in there. You've got CVA shocks and separate hubs and adjustable links on. They're all very different. Okay, these are now sitting on metal pins with some sort of bush spacers and some other spacers at the top there. The front ones, I've noticed there is a tiny little bit of fore and aft play, but I can just put a washer in there and take that away, so that's not going to be an issue. These are the new wishbones, so slightly grey, and feels incredibly stiff and rigid. That's going to be good. It's that stiff. Screws and washers and lightweight drive shafts. Screws and spacers and washers, and those towers, they're pretty rigid. Front wishbone's reversible. You can have 2 holes or 3 holes to choose from. I'm just going to follow the instructions for the minute. Operating wishbones. So front upright's obviously completely different to the standard kit. The whole front suspension is entirely different to the standard kit. These are again, like the suspension arms, really, really hard, tough, strong feeling as well. Kind of complete front suspension. It's obviously very different to the standard car, but these drive shafts, I'm just so in love with these drive shafts. And then the front ones are really good. Don't know if this is coming across there, but anyway, steering, you can see the larger piece there is only turning half as much as the wheel, because you've got a it's double jointed, so the shaft is one joint and the axle is the other joint. So onto these front drive shafts, they look quite interesting. The drive shaft itself. It's got 2 ends to it. It's half done. there's no slop, no play, nothing in that. It's smooth and pleasant. Yes, those drive shafts are very, very pleasant. Nicely put together, nicely machined, no play at all, just smooth drive shaft action. Again, the second one, no play, no movement, just smoothly drive shafty action. Yeah, I'm real pleased with them. We like those a lot. Rear suspension, bizarrely enough, already come with little washers to stop the fore-aft play. Again, sitting on metal rods with bushes at the front. Now these bushes in here have got a rounded shape, so you can actually move the rear. As it's coming out in the video, these little bits of plastic in here can be replaced. I'll put them on central at the moment, so you can move the rear of the pin up, down, left and right to how you want the suspension to behave. And again, compared to the standard kit, the dampers are much longer, and they run the wishbone, much longer, and run right out into the wheel rather than stopping far short of the original kit. So they're again a vast improvement, I think, on the rear. The towers are now very, very stiff. Same reversible idea as the front. So you've got 2 holes one side, 3 the other. So you've effectively got 5 positions for the base of the shock. Sits on like almost like a little ball joint. And then in your rear side of that, you put these little plastic bits. I'm just for the moment fitting central ones. There's a whole collection. And there are rear arms with huge adjustability. Obvious difference, we've got machine cut Allen head screws for this kit. The chassis itself, obviously it's a hard version, so it's a little bit more rigid than the ABS plastic you get in the original. The kit's got a slightly wider track than the standard TT-02. These are both got the same wheels on it, just for comparisons. And there's probably nothing you couldn't gain with. The rear differential in this particular kit is now an oil filled unit. It's got metal gears, oil filled differential. It's got a little O-ring the drive shaft goes through. Oil filled differential. Front differential, and this is now locked. So major difference number 1, front differential is locked. Easiest differential I've ever built. Drive shafts, rear drive shafts, single joint in the outside hub, obviously a dog bone internally, very light, nice and stiff. Rear drive shafts are lightweight aluminium, nice and light. Next was not aluminium. Yeah. Another nice play-free joint. CVA dampers that come with this kit have got stiffer springs and heavier oil than if you just buy a CVA damper kit, which I have bought for one of these, and they're much lighter than the ones that come with this kit. The SR kit doesn't come with tyres or a body or any electrics, whereas the standard kits obviously come with all of those. Standard kit, all you really need is a receiver and a servo, and off it goes, and a battery.